All right, civilization is fragile.
I think it is.
We should always regard civilization as fragile.
Yeah.
There is not an inevitable upward trajectory. A lot of civilizations have risen and fallen in recent years.
Yes. I suspect most people in this room have actually read history, but if you haven't, I strongly recommend it. It sounds obvious, but you know, there's been so many civilizations that have risen and fallen, many that we just don't have much of a record of. You know, like I mentioned, the ancient Sumerians, like their language was forgotten for a long time until it was finally decoded only in the last, I don't know, 200-300 years, but like it's around 1800 and something. Right, in the 1800s, I think. But it's been very recent, like, so for several thousand years, nobody understood what those tablets meant. Because they were the ruins of a long-dead civilization. And there are many long-dead civilizations. At some point, our civilization will come to an end, too. We just don't want it to be anytime soon.
Well, you've been quoted a number of times, Elon, on you'd like to die on Mars, but not on landing.
Yes. Yes, I was asked that in an interview if I wanted to die on Mars, but then I considered the corner case of dying on impact, and I'm like, except for that case. You know, you got to consider the various corner cases. So, I mean, if you're gonna die somewhere, might as well be Mars. I'd like to explore for a bit before, you know, dying. Yeah, I think we want to be a multi-planet civilization, and like I think.
I don't know if that's a response
that's
from the audience. Or, let's talk about that just for 1 second. Then we're going to take some questions from the audience.
I mean, I could accomplish this actually this year if I was willing to die on impact.
The fundamental invention that is necessary for humanity to become a multi-planet species is rapidly reusable, reliable rockets.
Yeah, I was trying to sound like a pirate. But yeah, rapidly reusable, reliable rockets. Space pirates for the win.
All right, here's some questions from the audience, Elon. Which one would you like to pick here?
Well, I guess let me maybe just touch upon why I think making life multiplanetary is important, because I think it's one of the things that gets us past one of the Fermi great filters. So in trying to sort of explain why do we not see aliens, there are various explanations for why we don't see aliens, like what stopped those civilizations from expanding beyond their solar system, and what were the sort of they're sometimes called like Fermi filters. Well, if you don't become a multi-planet civilization, then you're simply waiting around until you die from a self-inflicted wound or from some natural disaster like the dinosaurs. You get hit by a big meteorite or something like that. Eventually something like that's going to happen. If you wait around long enough, the sun will expand to engulf Earth and will be incinerated. So that for sure is going to happen. Now, we've got some time before that happens. There are more near-term risks, but we want to try to get past the Fermi filter of being a single-planet civilization. Now, this is going to be somewhat cerebral to many people listening, but I mean, like I think this is actually very important. We want to get past the Fermi filter of a single-planet civilization. The point is not to move from Earth to another planet and let Earth die. That's not what I'm saying at all. I want to be a multi-planet civilization so that we have planetary redundancy such that no single event can be the end of our civilization. That is the point of making life multiplanetary.